let me then turn to the benefits to the mining firms. From our law, the first benefit I cited is the capitalization of capital and revenue expenditures during reconnaissance and prospecting. Now, all these are capitalized and they are expected to be deducted when they enter into a period of full commercial mining. So until these deductions have been made, do not expect profit, do not expect dividend, do not expect taxes. It has been capitalized. Can we continue along those lines? In addition to that, losses incurred are to be carried over and deducted from subsequent years' profit for the next 5 years. So if they incur a loss within the first 5 years of production period, the losses are carried forward. Now, in addition to that, the law is clear that we give them, the mining firms, 5 years tax holidays. So first 5 years tax holidays, losses incurred within those 5 years are carried over for reduction of your profits, and in that case, you will not get your taxes. Mining firms are also allowed to maintain a portion of their foreign exchange in an external account. That's about 20%, just for the purpose of their operations. They also have an opportunity to enter development agreement with government. And under this development agreement, they are to spend about $500 million in development. The critical question we need to ask ourselves is that, are we doing divergent development? Local government prepare their development plans. Nationally, we have our development plans. I know that the mining companies, under a development agreement, there's a program that is approved. Can't we synchronize this? Where is the point of convergence? We should be able to synchronize this and tie it into the district assemblies development program and national development program so that there will be some level of consistency. Because if we have a number of mining companies in Ghana and each of them has this development agreement, why not? We will see some level of development across the mining areas. Also, there is also a stable fiscal regime, especially the stability clauses and agreements in the various mining contracts. And under this, the royalties percentage is capped. So then, irrespective of the expenditure you're going to finance with the royalties you get from there, your royalty percentage is capped. The other one is that our laws allow the mining firms to deduct from taxes corporate social responsibility investment. And in the past fiscal year, from the annual mining report of Ghana, the mining firms spent $28 million in corporate social responsibility investment. Question then is, these monies will not be available to government. It is the mining firm that determines where to spend these monies as per approved guidelines. Apart from that, it will be deducted from any taxes due government. So for 2024, 28 million was spent in these areas. These monies will not be available to you. They have invested it in our economy for us. Again, the stability clause in the various agreements prevents any new enactment, order, or instrument made by government to affect them. So your expenditure can increase. If a budget is presented in Parliament and tax laws are revised, it does not affect them. It's capped. Changes in the level of and payment of customs duties. You can increase taxes, custom duties on other goods, but not those relating to mining. Level of payment of royalties, taxes, and fees. And then also exchange control laws. All these things are capped. And if the lease or contract is 30 years, for the next 30 years, as a government, because of the stability clause, you cannot do anything about it. Again, The 20% foreign reserves, foreign exchange that are to be kept outside the country are to be used, not to be spent, but to be used in the acquisition of spare parts, raw materials, machinery, and equipment. They are also required to use some to service their debts and to also transfer capital in the event of sale or liquidation. Firms are also exempted from paying PAYE tax, pay as you earn tax, on the rent element of their employees who are provided accommodation at the mine site. You and I, once we have rent benefits or allowance, it is taxable. But for the mining sector, it is not taxable. Again, they are allowed to set up what we call a rehabilitation fund. So ordinarily, land reclamation and other environmental activities should not be the headache of government if this fund is properly set up and managed. They are also exempted from custom duties. If they have expatriate staffs, they are allowed to undertake certain remittances outside this country. All these benefits, if quantified, will tell you that we are giving out a lot to the mining sector. They are also allowed to deduct the following before even paying taxes: cost of acquiring the mineral rights, expenditure incurred in respect of their operations on waste removal, overburden stripping, shaft sinking, and other expenses. I saw one important allowable deduction: bonus payments made in respect of the grant of the mining rights. All these are deducted before profit can be declared, and then your taxes can be imposed on the profits. Fortunately, the country has pegged a corporate tax of 35% on the chargeable income and a capital allowance. In the mining sector, or in accounting in general, we don't accept depreciation, we accept capital allowance. So the assets are allowed to be depreciated, as it were, or capital allowance 20% a year. What it then means is that within 5 years, their assets will be written down to zero. Remember, they have 5 years tax holiday. Losses incurred are recovered within 5 years. All the assets are written down to zero in 5 years. So all these things we are giving out. But that is not all. What are we getting in return as a country?